Good morning, everybody. It's Angie. How you doing? So, a couple of little quick announcements while I wait for my chat to pop up. I am giving away a free ebook today, and it will be through Thursday. Nope, through the 3rd, July 3rd. I can't think of what day that is right now. But if you look in the description below, you will see it. I'm hoping that you guys are seeing me now. Let me know. I'm opening up my chat as we speak. And I do not see myself, which means you may not see me. So I may be talking to nobody. We'll know in a minute. Uh, okay, I see 3 of you on right now. Let's see. Oh, there I am. Okay, can you see me? I'm waiting for my chat to pop up. All right. Well, anyway, maybe you guys are just being quiet today or not. But either way, I'm hoping that we don't have any. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hey, Karen Russ French. Liberation, good morning. You're new today. Donna Doherty, hello. Arlene Robertson, hello. Can you guys see me yet? Hey, Malta, good morning. Good morning, Donna. Okay, good. You see me. Okay, good. You see and hear me. Emily Driftwood, hey, girl. Hey, Irish Indian, good morning, Angie and all. Elise says, hello, I see you. Good, good, good. Okay. Good, good. Okay. And Malta hears me, sees me. Irish Indian is back. Hey, welcome back. And she says, good morning, or he or she says, good morning, Angie and all. Nadine says, hi, I see you. Elise says, hello, I see you. Okay, good. Hey, Monique. Hey, Sasha Smith. Good morning. Thank you. Karen Russ French says, wait a minute. Here she is. See you and the link down below. Good. Hey, Jim Anders. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Liberation says, I'm so off balance. I just got a horrible email from the NARC. I can't stand gaslighting. Yeah, it's terrible. I know it is. And it feels just like constant re-injury, especially when you're going through the discard phase. Liberation, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Andrea Saunders. Good morning, Anne. Rick Mash, hey. He says, good morning, my second family. You're good, Angie. I see and hear you. Very good. And good morning, Rick. Scott Marcinek, hello. Good morning. He sees me. Very good. Jamie in the house says, good morning, beautiful people. Andrea sees me. Okay, everybody sees me. Very good. All right. Hi, Rose Hargrove. How you doing, honey? Arlene sees me. Okay, Barbara says, good morning, my friend. So it's been 5 months, and I can still feel the pain of missing him this much. Could this be him punishing me? Barbara, I'm sure he would love to think that he's punishing you. I hope that you are going to talk to your doctor. I know yesterday we talked about how you were taking 3 meds, and I think a lot of people thought that might be a little part of what was happening with you. I don't. I understand your situation, and I know that it's hard, and I hope that you are able to find some peace soon. I know that it's a very difficult spot to be in. I don't know that he could be actively punishing you, but I guess it's possible if he's doing that. Good morning to Jay Meeby. Karmic Life says, good morning. I have a question. How would a narcissist respond to being smeared on Facebook before they did the smearing? Well, probably they would react with narcissistic injury. They would, act like you did something to them and you were the bad person if you did that. That's what I think. That also could come out with narcissistic rage, but in most cases, I would think that they would use your smear campaign as an attempt to secure a new supply or several new supplies, like a poor me kind of deal. Oh, poor me, she's so mean, he's so mean, they did this to me, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Whoops. Jamie B says hello to Elise and Malta. And let's see here. Andy Driver's in the house. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Jessica says, good morning. Good morning, Jess. Let's see. And Irish Indian says she, and thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jamie B says, no, Barbara, he does not have that power, girl. Yep, I agree. All right. Elise says hello to Jamie B. Shell Soul in the house. Hey, Shell, welcome. I haven't seen you before. Happy to have you here. Irish Indian says, if I don't get the full live, I rewatch after work. You're a lifesaver. Thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Liberation has a pretty purple heart for us. Sasha Smith says, I have no tolerance for gaslighting. I have to work really hard to remain gray rock when it's happening. Yeah, it is difficult, and you really do want to just tell them about themselves, don't you? But it never helps. They never actually hear you. It's like a brick wall situation. Emily Driftwood says, I found out my ex-narc tried to talk my roommate into letting him pet the cat we got together, and probably leave a note like he likes to do always, and also bragged about the new supply being his type. Oh my gosh. That's so strange. Yeah, I think that's probably a slight hoovering attempt, honestly. I think that's really odd that he would ask for that, but I'm glad your roommate didn't fall for it. Yeah, and that sucks about hearing about the new supply, but I think that's a little dig at you, because he, of course, was aware that your roommate would tell you, I'm sure. Emily. Hey, good morning, Carlita. How you doing, honey? And Malta says, good morning, Carlita. Angie L in the house. Hey, Angie. She says, I'm here today, but I'm just going to listen. Mind is tired today. I totally feel you, and I'm glad you're with us. Today, this morning, I had a little stress myself. I totally feel you, girl. All right, let's see here. Let's see. We have Malta says, oh, he corrected his Carlita spelling. Timothy says, good morning, beautiful survivors. Good morning, Timothy. Malta says, okay, I can understand those days. Thanks for joining us, Angie L. Emily Driftwood says, the ex-bragging made me laugh. The same level, like he said the new supply is there any light that low in the basement? I like it. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Emily, because that's really probably the opposite of what he wanted, but that's the perfect reaction for you to have. Yeah. Let's see here. Anne says, my narc's 8-year-old daughter is being flown into town to visit. My 10-year-old and 16-year-old are dying to see her. How do I manage this? Do I say no? Oh, that's hard. Okay. I would say if you're going to let them see her, you would want to do it just like a regular, like if you were doing a kid exchange. So maybe, your 16-year-old, does she drive? Maybe she could pick up the 8-year-old and bring her wherever you guys are. Or maybe you could pick her up, like a kid exchange kind of situation, and work it that way. It's terrible. It's a hard situation, but I wouldn't allow your narcissist to use this as a way to suck you back in. I would make sure that if you do see her, I don't know how long your history is with her, but if you do see her, I would make sure you do it outside of the narcissist. Otherwise, you may want to not. And if you trust the narcissist around your 10-year-old and your 16-year-old, maybe you could let them go to her, but I don't know what your situation is, so I would need a little bit more on details. Brian, hey Brian, how you doing, honey? He says, I exposed my ex-narc on Facebook by showing his disgusting messages on a hookup site, soliciting and succeeded at having sex with a random guy I probably shouldn't have, but I wanted him exposed. How did that turn out, Brian? Let me know. Did he lose it? What happened? Emily Driftwood says, yeah, my roomie basically said F you to him in a pretty little sentence. I love her. She has my back. Oh, that is great. I'm so happy to hear that, Emily. That is exactly the kind of roomie you want to have at this point in your life. That's great news. I'm so happy to hear that. Jessica says, I'm struggling today and I'm sick too. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Doctor appointment this afternoon. Well, sending healing energy your way, Jessica, and I hope you're doing better soon. Let us know what happens. Is it just a cold or is it something worse? Hey, Bobby P, how you doing? Bobby P says, I found out my ex is going on a full-fledged smear campaign 4 months after she discarded me because I found out she was living a double life for half of our relationship. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bobby, the best thing you can do with the smear campaign is to, speak to the people that you know who know you, that trust you, and, that you trust, and explain to them what the truth is, and then everybody else, you have to gray rock them. It's hard, but basically it sounds to me like she's just angry that you found out the truth and she wants to ruin everything as usual, typical narcissist. Can you give us some details on the smear campaign, what she's trying to do? When you say a double life, do you mean she was cheating on you? Let me know. Regina Smith says, I know a lot of people say they never change, but is that really true? Not even in old age? It's hard for me to believe they never feel guilt or remorse. I would like to say that they would change. I have not ever personally seen them change. I've done a couple of videos where this one therapist said that he was able to change a narcissist. But I actually heard from one of his patients' wives who said, that she was happy with what he had done, but basically the way she described it, it was behavior modification. And she said the man would have to be in therapy for the rest of his life, and that he still would slip up and have his narcissistic moments. So I have mixed feelings on it. I don't believe that they will change. I've seen many situations where it didn't change, and I've done a lot of research. I have not ever found any narcissist that actually changed for good. Do they ever feel guilt or remorse? Maybe. I mean, I know they're capable of it, but generally, even if they do feel guilt or remorse, they deal with that by lashing out at the nearest supply. So they don't deal with it like a normal person who tries to actually resolve it, if that helps at all. Yeah. That's what I've seen anyway. What do you guys think? Emily, Sasha Smith says they're so manipulative, it's disturbing. I think Angie's right. He's hoovering. Stay vigilant. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Breon says, oh, and good morning, strong survivors. Rick Mash says, she was gaslighting the hell out of me, and I recognized all of it and called her out on each attempt. She didn't know what to do. I got that black stare. I feel liberated. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it, my friend? Yeah, they don't like that. But certainly, yeah, they hate to be called out, and it's kind of funny when you do it. But I'm glad that you were able to do that successfully, and I'm glad that you feel liberated. It's a very good feeling sometimes. Yeah. Sasha says, hey, Breon, and good for you, Rick. Let's see here. Malta says, Jessica hugs. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling under the weather and that your doctor's appointment goes well. Yes, I'm with Malta on that one. Hey, Muffy, how you doing? She says, good morning. Miss everyone. On top of brain tumor and so many health problems. Oh, honey. Now have bleeding ulcer. Thank you, everyone, for the sunshine. And thank you also for the sunshine, my sister in Christ, Angie. Oh, Muffy, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but I'm very happy that you're here with us today. Muffy, do you think that part of what you've been going through, at least the stomach part, is it the bleeding ulcer? Do you think this is related to your abuse? Let us know. I'm so sorry. Big hugs and love to you and big positive energy your way. Elise H says, well done. I believe that not enabling their behavior can help heal the world in general. Absolutely, Elise. Sasha agrees with you as well. Sasha Smith. Rick Mash says, she may have murdered and raped part of my soul, but something else was born inside. Something woke up in me. It's like the sun finally came back out. Time to kick life's ass again. Hell yeah, Rick Mash. I like that. I like that. That's very good. I'm proud of you, and I'm excited for you to see where this goes next for you. Elise H says, great, Sasha. Yep. And Malta says to Elise, great point. Yeah, absolutely. Anne says, he, of course, is not allowing her to visit us without him, of course. My kids love him, so thank you. I will let them go off with Narc and his daughter and Nomi. Yeah, I would not allow yourself to be forced into that. But if you feel comfortable with your daughters, I mean, your 16-year-old is probably, and I know my 13-year-old helps to watch my 9-year-old. So I would, in situations, so I would think that your 16-year-old will be able to make sure your 10-year-old is safe in that situation, as long as there's no physical abuse stuff happening. I would let them see the daughter. Yeah, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. And that's terrible. But I think it's the right thing to do for your daughter. See, that's the thing that sucks. Sometimes to allow our children to do the things like that, like visit a stepsister or whatever that they love, it puts us in this exact situation. And this is why it's so complicated trying to divorce a narcissist when you have children, even if the children are technically both of yours, because obviously you do love other kids when they're in your family, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that you're going to do it that way. Just please, prepare your 16-year-old and your 10-year-old to deal with it properly as far as he goes, and with what they should say and what they shouldn't say regarding you. Just a thought. Karen Russ French sends hugs to Muffy. Love and hugs. Elise says, thanks, Malta. We're on the way to healing the world. Yes, that is so true. That's our plan. Yes. One person at a time, y'all. One person at a time. We got this. Karmic Life says, my narc left his supply after she got pregnant, came back to me. Oops, wait a minute. came back to me and got me pregnant and left me and returned to the old supply after she had her baby and is giving our 2-year-old the silent treatment. Oh my gosh, I do not like that. I know someone in real life who's done a very similar thing. And the one baby, the one girl who she's not a baby anymore. He's fathering. He's being the father to one girl who is the mother of who is the daughter of the mother he wants to be with, and the other daughter who looks almost identical to the first. The other one was born a week later or something, and he pretends that that's not his daughter, and very clearly they look almost identical. So it's it infuriates me. I think nobody, I think about the fact that people want, children statistically don't do as well when they don't have fathers in their lives, especially girls. And boys too, of course, but especially girls, for some reason, there are statistics on it. They're more likely to, use drugs and get pregnant and all this other stuff. And I just think it's so unfair that people run around having babies and not taking care of them. And of course, the mothers, I mean, there are just as many situations where mothers do horrible things to fathers of babies. So I'm certainly not calling out just men here, where the mothers take the babies away or even leave the babies. But I think anybody who dumps their child like this is horrible. And I can't even say enough about it. Yeah. Very upsetting. I'm so sorry, Karmic Life. I'm so sorry. But the best thing you can do now is make sure that you give your 2-year-old everything that he or she needs, and that your 2-year-old does not need to even think about the fact that this person isn't in their life. Yeah. You can just be the best mom you can be and try to be healthy for yourself and your child. It's the best thing you can do. Just be super mom for a minute, whatever. It's so easy, right? I know it's hard. I know it is. I had to be super mom for a while too, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Malta says, absolutely, Elise. Avon says, good morning, Angie and all. Hey, Avon, how you doing, honey? Emily Driftwood says to Sasha, I shall stay vigilant. Good for you, honey. This is even fun. Kind of pathetic how he just doesn't get what he is, even though I told him, exposed him. I sleep with one eye open. Girl, I feel you. I feel you. Sasha Smith says, Regina, even if they do feel guilt or remorse, they rarely do. It's not enough to compel them to change. Narcs see no need to change because they don't see anything wrong. That is absolutely correct, Sasha. Thank you. That's very insightful and very true. Jessica says, I'm not sure. I thought it was allergies, a year-round event here in Florida, but now I have a low-grade fever. Ooh, Jessica, I hope it's okay. Just try to think healthy, positive thoughts, and we'll keep we'll send positive energy your way as well. I want to make sure you're okay. Keep us posted, okay? I know exactly how that feels, actually, but I don't, with a low-grade fever, it's kind of concerning. I feel you. I'm glad you're going to the doctor. Joanne Fox says, hey, love ya. Hey, girl, hey, how you doing? Thank you. She says, feel a little under the weather, therapy yesterday. Major thing came to mind. Did he think I wouldn't remember? Tell me what the thing is. Yeah, he probably did think you wouldn't remember. Regina says, yes, that helps. Thank you, Angie. Okay, good. Glad to hear that. Arlene Robertson says, they are a coat of many colors, aren't they, though? Yes, yes. Let's see. Anne says, but for weeks following, my girls will continue to beg to see him. I resist contact, but my kids hoover me all the time. They're close with him. They're not his daughters. They're just your daughters, or are they his daughters? Let me know. You may need to break the connection if you're finished with him and they're not his daughters. Let me know how long you guys were, just fill me in on that a little bit, Anne, if you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble. How long were you guys together? How long did the girls, if they're not his daughters, how long was he in their lives, and how long did y'all live together? Fill me in a little bit so I can kind of help you out a little bit with that. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So Emily says, narcs feel remorse. I can't talk, y'all. She says narcs feel remorse probably only in the moment where they are ruled by fear and shame because they got busted. Yep, that's exactly right. And I don't even know that they feel remorse. They just feel upset that sad that they got caught. Sad that they got caught. Yeah, for sure. Angela Scabelin in the house. Hey, girl, hey. She says, I have to go to work, so I haven't been here. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm glad you're here today, Angela. How you doing? Let's see. I missed you. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see your smiling face. Bobby P says, yes, cheating. She holds a very good job and she does a lot of charity, mainly to prop up her image. Oh, you have an altruistic narcissist, huh, Bobby? She hasn't gone after anyone in my circle, but people that I became friends with through her. Okay. So what you're going to have to do, Bobby, is you're going to have to let those people make their choice. If those people know you, and this is what I would say. If anybody comes to you and says, did you do this horrible thing that she said, then I would simply just say, listen, you know me, you know who I am. This is what the truth is. And if you don't believe, and if they don't believe you, then you might want to just cut them off for a while, go no contact, block them, because that's what she's doing. She's trying to, clear up the people that she became friends with through her. You became friends with through her, because that will, give her the upper hand in her circles. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks if it's somebody that you're very close to, but if they believe her over you, yeah. Oh, he says she's telling me. Good morning, Kathy Cephas. No worries on being late. I think I was late too, girl. Bobby P says she's telling them that I was cheating and her new supply was there for her. Oh, very interesting. Well, again, the best thing you can do is just say, listen, you guys know who I am. And if you think I would ever do that, then you don't know me as well as I thought you did. And that's it. Do not stand up and scream about it. Do not, just stay calm, because the person who acts crazy is the person, meaning the one who freaks out and does all the drama. That's the person they're going to not believe. And so if she's going to, oh, he was cheating, la, 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 just say, you guys know me, I wouldn't do that, and leave it at that. And that's my advice. What do you guys think? Do you have other advice for Bobby? Jessica says, my ex used mirrored guilt as a manipulation tool. Yes. Oh, yes. That is a common, yep, manipulation tool. And that is common, actually. They'll feel so bad, and that pretty soon you're going to be comforting them for their screw ups. Yeah. No good. Muffy says, yes, ma'am, I sure do. There was so much of it. You would never believe me, but I'm grateful to be welcomed to this wonderful family you created. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for all of that, Muffy, but I'm glad that you're here with us, and you're definitely welcome in our little family. You're a big part of it. Thank you for being here again. Oh, Angela Scabelin says, life is great without my narc. Be patient with yourself. Oh, Angela, that is beautiful. Thank you so much for telling us that. I'm so, every time one of you guys says something like this, it really gives hope to those of us who, in this group here who are still struggling to get out or to get through the hard parts. Like I know Barbara, for example, has really struggled, and I hope that she finds a little bit of hope each time she sees somebody succeeding and getting a little bit healthier. Arlene Robertson says, Muffy, my heart problem were worsened, but my Lord gave me more. Oh, big hugs, Arlene. I hope you're feeling better soon. I know those heart problems are scary. They really are. I mean, we kind of need the heart, right? And the brain. Well, I'll stop talking about health now. Malta says, Jessica, yeah, they like to do that. Absolutely the truth. Hey, Monique, how you doing? She says, hey again, welcome back, welcome back. Freedom Lee says, good morning, Angie and survivors. I don't believe they change at all. They take pleasure in destroying people's lives. I believe they're good and evil. I believe there's good and evil. They're evil. I can totally kind of get on board with that one. I think they're definitely not good. Yes, certainly not. They are not healthy people, and they cause toxic messes everywhere they go. Arlene is 1,500 miles away from her family. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And with the heart problems on top of it. Do you have any support locally, Arlene? Jessica says, after all, Malta, when I messed up, I showed guilt and remorse, so she mirrored me. Certainly. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yep. Emily Driftwood says to Jessica, oh yeah, so did mine. They do love to mirror it. They think it saves them, don't they? Yep. But all it does is piss us off. A pissed off empath. No fun. It weighs on our souls, doesn't it? Yeah, it really does. It feels like I often say that it feels like there's an elephant sitting on my chest when I feel like that. I can't breathe. It's terrible. And it's, or worse, sometimes I feel, I don't know about you guys, but, when you feel angry around a narcissist, it kind of feels like you're not allowed to express that sometimes, depending on where you're at in the relationship with them. And so you end up shutting your mouth and just trying to not discuss it, and that's when the elephant sits on your chest. Yeah. Shelly Thomas, hey Shelly, says, Jessica, I haven't heard it put that way before. Definitely a tactic to watch out for, mirrored guilt. Absolutely. Yeah, I should do a video on that. That's a great idea. Shelly Thomas says, thanks for that insight. Shelly Thomas says, hi, Angela. Good morning, Kathy. Hey, Shell. Dolores, hey Dolores, she's back. She says, empaths sometimes have a hard time saying no, but it is integral to boundary setting. Yes. Oh my gosh, boundary setting. It is very difficult for empaths, and it's very difficult, especially when we have been abused in the past by a parent or someone else in childhood. We learn that boundaries are not allowed. And so when we end up with someone like a narcissist, we end up they very slowly they overstep each boundary you have. And even if you think up at the beginning, you know, I've got really strong boundaries, they see the boundaries and they raise you the boundaries. You know what I mean? Like they see, okay, well, here's my line, and they take one toe over the line, and you're like, well, I really like you, so I'm going to go ahead and tolerate that. And then like, oh yeah, well, here's 2 feet over the line, and then it just goes from there. Yeah, no good. Jessica says the narc loved horror movies, but especially zombies. Ironically, she loves soulless creatures like herself. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's funny. I actually never ever liked zombie movies, but I can't lie to you. My family watches The Walking Dead show, and I have, you know, it's not my usual style, but I started to watch it with them because they were all watching it, and I wanted to be part of what they were doing because we don't have a lot of things like that, you know, TV shows we all watch. I don't really watch a lot of TV, and I've actually started to. I've gotten to where really I kind of like it, but it's not about the zombies. You know, I don't enjoy zombie movies at all, but I think that's interesting that you said that about. Ironically, she loves soulless creatures like herself. I like that. Jessica, you're somebody I'd like to have coffee with. You're pretty funny. Smart. Living Kintsugi is back. Hey, welcome back. Excuse me. Morning, Angie. Is there a specific exercise we can use, aside from Gray Rock, to remain totally calm zen when the narc is provoking? It's a hard... Oh. Okay. When it's nonstop like that, one of the things... Okay, here's some real simple things you can do. Okay, if you want to just stay calm and not freak out on them, okay? One of the things you can do is not look them in the eyes. Look right here on their forehead or at their nose or at their mouth, not in the eyes, because for some reason when they look you in the eyes, it affects you more deeply. Another thing you can do is, you know, trace the 4 corners of your screen or the wall behind them or whatever with your eyes. That has to do with eye movement there. I can't remember what it's called right now because I'm not enough coffee yet, but EMDR, yeah. EMDR. It's a tiny mini technique, but basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to distance yourself emotionally from them, is my point. But you have to be careful when you're doing that because it tends to lead to dissociation if you do it for too long. Does that make any sense? Yeah. Okay. Malta says, I understand. I think that mirrored guilt that Jessica is referring to is narcissistic projection. Yes, absolutely. That's right. That's right. Malta, you are very insightful. Thank you. CCV says, most psychopaths, hey CCV, have been raised without a father. I heard a study apparently. That's interesting. You know what? There might be some truth to that, and I'd have to look into that. But I'm always interested in studies like that. That might be true. Yeah, that might be true. Emily Driftwood says to Jessica, LOL of the soulless narc comment. Yeah. Good morning, Hope. How you doing? Hope Irving in the house. Welcome. Emily Driftwood says, is Bama okay? By the way, I know she's going through a rough patch. I have not heard from Bama in a few days. Last I heard she's okay, but definitely going through a rough patch. I think she'll be away for a while. So I'll have to check in on her. I think I have her on Facebook still, so I'll check in on her and let you guys know what I hear. Let's see here. Angie L says to Rick Match, congratulations on that wonderful feeling. I was feeling just as you when I watched my narc walk out the door after I discarded a ton of weight. Yep, gone and better things ahead of me, trust me. Better things ahead, trust me. Yeah, absolutely. I think Rick's on the same page with you, girl. Shell Soul says, are narcs that twisted that they would treat their own kids like crap? My ex's son, New Supply had 4 kids. And he puts up their artwork for my kids to see. He then lies about who drew them. Oh my God. Yeah, they are that twisted, and they really are, and it's terrible. They will also use their own kids like um, pawns. Yeah, absolutely. It's terrible, and I'm so sorry for your children that they have to see that. And I think I hope that they see through the lies, even though it's not fair to them. And are you guys in therapy together? Are you putting your kids in therapy for this, or how are you dealing with it, Shell? Let me know. Shelly Thomas says, Bobby, I'm so sorry you're going through a smear campaign. The instinct to defend yourself will probably be strong. Yes. And she says, I think it's okay to defend yourself to an extent, but pick your battles wisely. Yeah, but I'm telling you, the best thing you can tell them is, and I think Shelly's right that it's okay to defend yourself a little bit, but don't go crazy with it. Just keep yourself calm while you do it. And the best thing you can say is, you guys know me, I would never do that. Honestly, because don't they know you? And I mean, if they're your friend, they should know you well enough to know you wouldn't do that. So that's what I think. Yeah, and what Shelly said, it's a trap. That's right. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Okay. Could be a trap. That's right. Yeah. Jessica says to Malta they love running a con. And Shelly says, what do you think? Yeah, that's what I said, Shelly. That's how I would respond. Anne says, thank you for your advice. I've been dating my narc since May 2015 and have been hanging on because my girls love him and have no dad. Oh, that's rough. I know it is. I know it is. And have no dad figure. You have shown me the light. Bio dad is a worse abusive narc. Yeah. And I'm sorry that this is happening, and I know how hard that is. If I get that your girls love him, but at this point, it might be the best thing to kind of start to move forward. Have you spoken with your girls about how he's treated you and what's happened? Let me know. If most children don't want to see their mothers being abused, and so maybe if you could explain to them what he's doing at their ages, they can understand. My 9-year-old, she's very aware of things like that, and I know my 13-year-old boy, which is, typically boys are less emotionally mature than girls, but he would get it at this point. So you may want to talk to them a little bit about that and start to, have some girl power sessions or something. Carly Ellison says, so-called narcissists are a creation of overly needy people. Build yourself up before tearing down others. Carly, would you want to expand on that a little bit? I think maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Sanzi says, hey Sanzi, how you doing? Says, hi Angie, hi everyone. Is it okay to leave the kids around the narc? Are they consequences on the kids? It depends on the narcissist. Some narcissists are great with kids, others are not. It just depends on the person. And I would say that if there's ever been any physical abuse, absolutely not. And if you've seen the narcissist attack the children emotionally or verbally, then it's not okay. But I think it depends on the kids and the narcissist. That's what I think. Because like I said, I've seen some narcissists be very, very good to kids, and I've seen some just be blatantly disrespectful and treat them like, adults that they hate. So Jessica has a smile for Emily. Joanne Fox says, major breakthrough. We had an affair after his first divorce before we met. And before we met, hanging in there. Oh, he had an affair. Oh, after his first divorce and before we met. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that is something. Okay, Joanne. How do you feel about that? Did it change the way you felt about him at all? Okay. Anne says, no, not his daughters, but they attached to him right away. His daughter lives far. Wait a minute, I lost my spot. Their bio dad far away and rejects them. Yeah, I see that, Anne. That's terrible. Is he attached to them as well, or does he behave like he's attached to them? Let me know. Jessica says, thanks, my pleasure. Monique says, it's been almost a year since I broke things off with a guy I dated. From watching your vids, I realized he was a covert narcissist. How are you handling it, Monique? Are you getting through things okay? Are you having a hard time? Malta says to Shell Soul, as a survivor who was formerly at the hands of a narcissistic father, I can let you know they have no reservations when it comes to how they treat their children. Yep, I agree with that. Yep. Monique says, we had a fight on our second date and I ignored his calls, but then he was crying on the phone. Can a narcissist cry on cue? Well, certainly. I mean, did you actually see the tears? Yeah, that's common, Monique, in a way. He really must have, excuse me, he really must have wanted you as a source of supply, and so I'm guessing that's what was happening with that. Yeah. Hope Irving says, "Hey Angie, thank you for your videos. Very helpful." My pleasure, Hope. Thank you. Malta says to Monique, whoop, yes, often without tears. Exactly. I think Malta and I are on the same page here. Avon says, my narc is still smearing me in the music. Geez, get over it already and move on. So I'm planning on not promoting my new record in a different venue, Lemonade Out of Lemons. Okay. Oh, she's singing about you? Is that what you're saying, Avon? I'm sorry to hear that. But I still want to, when you're ready to promote that record, I need you to let me know, because I'll see what I can do to help. I'm sure our fellow survivors would love to hear your music. Emily says to Monique, you're lucky to have broken off so long ago. I need your inner compass. And now you understand this in depth. Makes you sick, doesn't it? Yes, a narc can cry on cue, totally. Yep. Yep. Kathy says, wow, altruistic narc. This is the one who posts little girls with one leg on Facebook and dogs who have been abused. Light bulb moment. Thanks. Now I've learned something different. Thanks. Oh, good. Well, I don't understand why are they doing that? I see what you're saying. Okay. They're posting those things for like little pity things or whatever. Yeah. That's common because, yeah. Monique says he sounded like he was legit crying, but honestly, it just sucks. And I can't know for sure. So I'm still trying not to blame myself for having met him. Girl, you can't blame yourself. And even though now you're learning what the red flags are and things to watch for, you didn't know it at that time, and you can't beat yourself up for it. You have to start taking care of yourself and loving yourself the same way a good mother would have or should have loved you. Okay. I know that sounds weird, but it really does help to think of it that way. You need to sort of become as protective of yourself and your own well-being as a good mother would be for her child. Yeah. Emily Driftwood says, wait a minute. Elise says covert narcs are especially manipulative and can cause a great amount of damage. Yeah, they are. They're really sneaky. Sneakier than your standard, like, out there narc, for sure. Yeah. And they throw you off because they don't act like a standard narc in so many ways. But the framework, so to speak, of their personalities are very similar. Yeah. Emily Driftwood says to Monique, don't blame yourself. These individuals have a keen sense to seek us out. It's insidious. Hugs to you. That's absolutely the truth. And thank you, Emily, for supporting your fellow survivor. I always love to see that here. Jessica says to Monique, my narco would cry to get her way. She especially used it to manipulate her parents. Oh, yeah. Common. Yep. Hey, Kay. Kay says, good morning, Angie. I have a question. I left my narcissist and he won't give up. I told him I won't let him anymore, but he says he is lost without me. I'm in his blood. Yeah, that's common. That means he's trying to suck you back in right now. If you are finished with him, then block him and do not speak to him anymore and just wait it out, because eventually he will need supply and he will go get it somewhere else. And if that's what you want, that's what you can do. Keep gray rocking. Are you worried about physical harm? If so, you might want to consider getting a restraining order or order of protection. Otherwise, steer clear and stay no contact as much as you can. I would block him on Facebook, block him on your phone. Don't answer your door if he shows up, that kind of stuff. If you have a job, let your job know that they shouldn't let him come in, or that they shouldn't, all of those things. No contact is the best way for this one. It's a little scary, but try it if you really are finished. Monique says, thanks to Emily and Jessica. Malta says to Muffy, from myself as well. Oops. A warm, heartfelt, and thank you for joining us as well. Yes, thank you. Andrea Saunders says, my narc told me in the past that the new supply wasn't like me, but she is cool, but he won't divorce me. Why does she stay with a man who's married and not trying to get a divorce? I want out. How do I say this? Andrea said she just can't afford to pay for it. Listen, do you know her? Are you saying she's cool, or are you saying that he said she's cool? I think that she's obviously somebody who is either being lied to, or she's somebody who has very low self-esteem. I would wonder if she is aware that you guys are married still, and if she is, does she think that that's on you or on him? Why won't he divorce you? Is it about money? Is it about, what is it about? Let me know. And I don't know where you live, but I know that I was able to get a divorce. I think I paid my lawyer like $400 back in the day because there were not a lot of, my ex didn't have a lawyer, so I just did it myself, but it was cheap compared to what other people were paying. So you might want to look for a lower price lawyer, but if he's refusing the divorce, then that could be another problem altogether. Yeah, that's a terrible situation. I would guess that if she does know, she has very low self-esteem and that she thinks she can't do any better. And he's probably already manipulating her as well. Yeah. Shelly Thomas says to Carly, wait a minute. Whoop, there we go. Hold on. Okay. Shelly Thomas says to Carly, unresolved childhood issues fueled by fundamental absence of evolution as a person is part of what influences the presence of narcissistic tendencies. That is absolutely the truth. 100%. Yes. Yes. That is very insightful, Shelly. Thank you. Emily Jertwood says, feeling anger around a narc is like someone lighting a bonfire, roasting some narc figs and laughing inside your heart. It sucks. That's really true. It's funny how you put it, though. It does suck. Yeah, it does. Freedom Lee says, I found out the life insurance. I found a life insurance policy he planned to take out on me. He denied it at first, reluctantly admitted it in court. Oh my God. They're dangerous and then insidious. Right. Freedom Lee, I hope you've got a protection order on this person. That's very scary to me. Or at least that you're far away and that maybe he doesn't know where you are. Good morning, Kate Grace. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jamie. Hey, girl. Hey. Jamie Ritchie in the house, my beautiful, amazing assistant, and also a fellow survivor. Kay says, also, Angie, please tell me why my ex-narcissist kept pressuring marriage and kids. Oh, hey, by the way, hold on a minute. Jamie, I'm using your cup today. Jamie sent me this cup, you guys. Kay says, also, Angie, please tell me why my ex-narcissist kept pressuring marriage and kids. He kept saying, since I'm beautiful, he knows his kids will be good looking. Girl, that is terrible. Well, I mean, it's not terrible if he's also a kind person, I guess. You know, I think that narcissists love to push you into commitment. They love insta love, insta marriage, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them do. And they partially do it because they want to have control over you. They want it to be harder for you to leave them, etc. And knowing his kids will be good looking, you know, I mean, sometimes that can be a compliment from someone you're in love with, but in this case, it feels to me like he pressured you because he wanted to hurry up and, you know, get the reins on you, or the, you know, get you pulled in so you were, you know, get his hooks into you. I can't talk properly today. I'm sorry, not enough coffee yet. But yeah, the narcissists love to rush into commitment. That's one of the biggest red flags you can watch for in the future. Because somebody who really, really loves you and cares about you, if you say, look, this is going too fast for me, can we slow it down? They're going to wait for you. Somebody like a narcissist will get bored and move on because they want things to hurry up and instant gratification, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they want you to be stuck with them before you figure out who they really are, I think. Monique says, boundaries were basically the reason I fought with the narc. I'm so glad I held the line. I'm proud of you. That's really amazing. Yeah. Good morning, Conchetta Blessed. How you doing, honey? She says, I had a dream about my ex-boyfriend narc. Then I woke up with him on my mind. I'm done with him. I hate when he pops up in my mind and my dreams. Oh, Conchetta, I totally feel you. Yeah. And I'm glad that you know that even though this happened, that you still know that you don't want him back, because it's hard. It's hard sometimes, because when we're away from them for a while, we start to remember, you know, the good things about them, because there were things that we enjoyed about them at some point. And you know what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So you have to be careful. And I'm glad that you're keeping your head on straight and not falling for, you know, those little mind games that we play with ourselves unintentionally. Our subconscious plays with us, maybe. Elise says, good morning, Kate and Jamie. Kathy says, I'm learning to look at him with pity because hate only harms me. I have done the same thing in my situation. Initially it feels like you need to hate them a little bit, but at some point, yeah, when you learn to look at them like that person can never evolve and change, and they're so clueless they don't even know that there's a problem. Sometimes, yeah, it can help you to see them in that way, or to see them in a, I like to look at them in a kind of a scientific way, you know, like a pinpoint. Oh, gaslighting. Oh, there's hoovering. Oh, there's this. And it's interesting because some of them are so textbook. Arlene Robertson says, Angie, I mean, he opened a door from my narc and helped me find a way to my family 1,500. Oh, that's great. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I'm so happy. Arlene says that she has found her happiness with family. That is amazing, and I'm so happy to hear it, Arlene. Oh, that's so much better than what I thought. That's great. Thank you for telling me, and thank you for clearing that up with me. That really helps. Hey, Janine Gardner, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Andrea Saunders says, my narc said it turned him on and made sex better after an attack. Is that normal for a narc? Maybe. You mean after a physical attack? The thing is, or do you mean like after an argument? The thing is that there are some real sick puppies out there. And as far as, wow, that's harsh. I've seen, a lot of narcs say, they like make-up sex, or they like, all that kind of stuff. But that does not really, it's unhealthy, it's sadistic, and it's more excuses for more attacks in the future. So what do you think about that, guys? What do you think about Andrea's situation? Andrea, I think you know that he's not, I mean, he's the one that's not divorcing you. Isn't that right? Isn't that what am I getting people mixed up here? Yeah, but no, is it normal for a narc? Maybe. Is it normal at all? No, it's not healthy, but it is. Narcs have weird sex issues for sure. Yeah. Tammy says, hey, Tammy, how you doing? Tammy Libertarian says the thing that is the most difficult for me is choosing a new partner. Yeah, you become so paranoid about everything and are constantly on high alert. Not a good foundation to build a new relationship. That is the truth, Tammy. One thing that I would suggest here is to take some time until you feel a little more comfortable. Don't rush into a new relationship. I took a year. You might take a little less or a little more time before you're ready to date again. I would not rush. And if you do start to date again, I would take it slow and try to not be too paranoid, but do watch for the red flags and do be aware, and just really just take it slow. Don't rush it. That's one of the biggest things. It's definitely not a good foundation to build a new relationship. And if you're still so paranoid about things and so on high alert all the time, it's maybe not time for you to be in a relationship yet. What do you think about that? It's okay to be by yourself sometimes for a little while. Hey, Terry Wiley, how you doing? Wait a minute, I just lost my spot. Okay. Janine, Tammy, Terry. Oh, she's on her phone this time. Okay, that's cool. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jessica says, thank you. Elise says, I can relate, Tammy. Yep. Broken record techniques, Kate Gray says. Yeah, that is helpful for narcissists, so if you just keep repeating the same issue again and so like if they start attacking you and you I'm not going to fight with you about this, and they'll say, nope, I'm not going to fight with you about this, I'm not going to fight with you about this, I'm not going to fight with you, but yeah, keep repeating the same thing that is true over and over again if you need to, and eventually they get bored. It's similar to Gray Rock, but just a little different. Yep. Monique says to Tammy, part of the novel I'm writing about is my character moving on from a narc and getting a new relationship. That's great. That's great, Monique. That's good stuff. Living says, thanks, Angie. I'll give it a try. My pleasure. Yeah, Kate says technique. Yep. Breon says, I feel so sorry for people whose narcs are family members or they are married with kids because you are forced to deal with them. It's so much easier when you can completely detach and go no contact. That's the truth. Yes. Yes. True, true, true. Trish. Hey, Trish. Wait a minute. Where did she go? La, la. I'm getting it. I lost my place. There she is. Hey, Trish Meyerly, how are you? Good morning, she says. Your YouTubes are saving me. Month 2 of leaving him no contact. Gaslighting and crazy making. I was losing myself. I left 3 times in the past. I always went back. I don't get why I go back. Well, I think part of the reason that we go back is because, and we've talked about this a little bit in this group before, and I've talked about it on my channel, but we become addicted to love in general as human beings, and but when we're dealing with someone like a narcissist, it's the same part of our brain that it becomes addicted to alcohol and cocaine and things like that, that becomes addicted to the need to be close to someone. When we have sex with them, it's even stronger. When there's a narcissist involved, we start to lose the ability to produce like dopamine, and so we need to fight to feel. Does that make sense? Until we can learn to get over that, we need to fight to feel good, because our adrenaline's all messed up, and so when we have the fight, our adrenaline goes up, and then when it's over, it goes back down, and we produce dopamine. Blah blah blah. Long story short, we're addicted to them. That's why you go back. You have to treat them like a drug almost. When like you have to abstain from the drug. I know that sounds weird. Does that make sense? Shelly Thomas says EMDR, eye movement desensitization, and reprocessing. Yeah, she says I did a few sessions with this modality at a treatment center. It's supposed to help bring forth repressed memories. Yeah, it also helps with other little issues, but yeah, certainly. Kathy says yes, everyone are objects. Yeah, that's how they see it for sure. Kathy Cephas. Kathy Faust. Hey, Kathy. She says, the worst part for me is that I actually miss his attention. Makes me feel crazy. And good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it does. And again, we're talking addiction here. We become addicted to that behavior and to them as individual people. It's difficult, but we can get through it. When we think of it as an addiction, and we know that if we were addicted to some drug, the first thing we would have to do is admit it and then stop doing the drug. So you've admitted it. Now stop doing the drug, girl. It gets better a little bit every day. Yep. Jessica says, wait a minute. Oh, I hate when that happens. I'm having a hard time navigating chat again today. Yeah. Okay, Trish. Okay. Jessica says, my ex's. Why is it so hard today? My ex is something. Okay, let's see if it's going to let me do this. Of course not. My ex's dad was a fire chief, so she was with her spoiled, rage-filled narc mother most of the time. Oh, yep. There is probably a big connection there. Number one being that she simply learned that that's how a person behaves, and that's how a person copes and deals. So part of her problem might simply just be that she, that she was taught bad techniques, and that she herself was abused, and the way she chose to manifest the abuse, unfortunately, in her case, turned into her becoming a narcissist. Well, I'm guessing if you went through any type of abuse growing up, that you chose to turn the love outward that you would have given to a parent, and she turned hers inward, if that makes any sense. I've talked about that in a video before, so you can search that. Malta says, good morning, Cat Faust. Let's see here. Hope says, oops. Hope, where'd you go? Shelly, Monique. Okay, I'm losing my spot in the chat. What Malta said. Okay. Malta says, wait a minute. I feel like I missed something here. Tina. Okay, Hope. I got it. Hope says, need some advice on how to deal with narcissist parents while living at home. I'm physically disabled, not severed. Okay, Hope. The best thing that you can do is try to keep your personal space from them. If you're physically disabled, it makes it harder. But I know that in most cases, there's still some kinds of work you can do if you wanted to try to work up something. I mean, I work almost entirely from my house. So, and when I'm not working from my house, it's usually because I chose not to. So I know there are things you can do, but as far, to work from home, but I know it's very difficult when you're physically disabled. I would suggest that you gray rock them if they abuse you verbally, and that you just try to get through. Are you staying there, or are you temporarily living there? What's the deal? Are you planning to move soon, or are you stuck there for a while? Let me know. Emily Driftwood says to Kathy, if you need attention, try to give attention instead. Take care of your people. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a good point, Emily. Wait a minute. Where did I find it? Oh, geez. Okay. take care of your people and try to spend time with someone you like, not the narc, that will help you shift focus. That is helpful. Yes, very good advice. Bobby P says the best part is I have physical photographic proof she's lying, along with her a recorded combo of her admitting it. Oh, honey, you're golden then. You have nothing to worry about. You better tell her. You better stop, because I'm going to, I mean, that's crazy. Honestly, at that point, I would just, if you have proof in your hands, and I mean, you're pretty much in the clear as far as I can tell. I mean, you may want to just tell her, look, you better make it clear to everyone that this didn't happen, because obviously I have proof that it happened. I don't know. I'm not saying you should blackmail her per se, but having the physical proof certainly would go a long way toward validating you with the people that she's lying to you about. I don't recommend causing a bunch of drama, but I would personally, I can't lie to you, I would feel like I would want to tell her that she better stop, or I would pass along the information. I know that's not the right thing to say, though, so I didn't say that. Elise says, thanks, Brianne. I have a very ambivalent relationship with my mother, probably BPD. Oh, yeah. I've been there, Elise. I understand. Tina S., hey, Tina, says, my narc gave me a gift he found at his work's charity free pile. It's a pretty candle holder that says Grandma. He laughed and said, one day you will be. I thought, perfect narc gift. Thanks for teaching us. Yeah, Tina, that is an excellent example of the weirdness of a narcissist. That is very bizarre. Monique says, by the way, I'm also glad that I learned about the smear campaign technique. Yep, for sure, it's helpful. And Kathy Faust says pretty much same here. Wait a minute, I lost my place. All right. Okay, I'm losing my spot in the chat. I hate when that happens. Okay. Kay says, I missed your first live. Why do narcissists force marriage? Narcissists tend to force marriage because they like to suck you in and get you stuck. It's harder to walk away from somebody you're married to. There are legal issues involved. If they get kids involved, it's even harder. That's why they want you to become at least partially dependent on them and stuck with them, so that it's harder to walk away. Yeah. Oh boy. Kat Faust says, it makes me feel inadequate because I was busy adulting, so he moved on to someone who could devote all of our attention to him. Yeah, that'll last about 10 minutes, Kat. I wouldn't expect that he will change for anybody, but certainly they do need a lot of attention. And I know, Kat, you have a child, and I know what you do for a living. It's a lot of work. It's hard work. And it does require a lot of your attention. And if you don't put a lot of your attention into it, you don't get through it, because unlike some people, when we don't work, we don't get paid, right? Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm so sorry that this happened, because I know what a sweet soul you are. And I know that, he's the one who's missing out. Finding someone who could devote all of her attention to him, what is he supporting her now? Because if she has to work, she's going to eventually not be good enough too. So narcissists aren't capable of doing anything without someone watching them do it, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Shelly says, Bobby P., that's awesome that you have documentation. Document everything with a narc and emotional abuse. So yes, that is excellent advice and true. Yes. Emily Driftwood says what Malta said, healthy boundaries. Yep. Yes. Yes. Healthy boundaries are so important. Kay says, lastly, my ex-narcissist says he is lost without me and can't date anyone else. He needs me. What is he saying? Sorry, I missed the first half of your live stream, so I'm retyping my answer. Okay. Kay, the ex-narcissist is saying he's lost and can't date anyone, and he needs you because he does need you. He needs you for all the things you did for him. He needs you for supply. He needs you because you took care of him or you did things for him. But I would test him by asking him, hey, what do you love about me? And if he says, I love the way you rub my back, I love the way you take care of the kids, I love the way you take care of the house, I love the way you do all these things for me, I love the way you make me feel, I love the way you do this or that or the other thing for me, he's not going to change. He's a narcissist. The fact is, if he is not a narcissist, he might say, I love how intelligent you are, and I love how beautiful you are, and how kind you are, and how everybody, how, like, he needs to say things about you and not about things you do for him. If he's not a narcissist, you know, if he is a narcissist, that'll be clear. He's lost without you because he wants to suck you back in right now, because maybe he's not having luck in the dating field, or someone else bores him, or someone else rejected him and he needs you to fix it for him. He won't change. If he's a narcissist, he won't change. Be aware. Yeah. Be aware. Okay. Emily says, Kay, were you the primary grade A? You were the, yep, there it is. You were the primary grade A source of supply, right? Why else would he say this? Exactly. Yep, that's right. Jessica says, Monique, my ex was a covert narcopath too. I figured it out and started not tolerating her behavior. Very good. Very good. Joanne Fox says, good question. Why do they force marriage? At the time I found out about his life, I was in too deep. Plus, he said he deserved it, the affair. Things are worse. Yeah, they force marriage because they certainly want to get you stuck with them. They like attention. Kate Grace says she's seen real tears. Yeah, that's a real thing. They can produce real tears for sure. Some of them, anyway. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but some people say a lot of narcissists are, a lot of actors are narcissists. I don't have any proof of that, so I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but that would explain why they might be able to pop out the real tears, I guess. Yeah. Emily Driftwood is a smart lady. She says, Kate Grace, the tears you saw, could they perhaps be because he didn't get what he wanted? Yeah, perhaps they could. Okay, you guys, I'm way over time. I'm going to have to wrap up pretty soon, but I want to say this to CCB. Malta says, Angie has a video called 7 Types of Narcissists Defined that may be of help to you. Malta, you were amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy that you guys are part of my tribe. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Kate Grace says, he was playing the victim role, and he sort of cried last night to show he cared about me growing up with a shitty mom. Yeah, they're good at the victim role, honey, and he's trying to suck you back in, so certainly he's going to act like he, you know, cares. But what you have to understand is that now he cried because he cared about you growing up with a shitty mom, right? Later, he may throw the shitty mom back in your face or tell you something like, don't be like your mom, or you're just like your mom. Be aware. They'll use it against you. That's the thing about narcissists. They might act like they're supporting you, and later they'll throw it back in your face. And, you know, like my ex found out that I had been raped before, and this happened very early in our relationship. And he was very, you know, well, it happened just before I met him, but early in our relationship, he found out about it, and later threw it in my face, and it was very supportive that first couple of days about it. So yeah, it's something you can't, you just have to watch. Yeah. Elise says, I compare my ex covert and my friend overt. My ex never called me a name being aggressive, just a few in a teasing way to quote unquote help me improve. The overts that I should be at. Oh, did I miss a question? Yeah. How can you, there is a video about that I've done, several actually, but yeah, a covert narcissist is going to be appear more introverted, appear vulnerable sometimes. They aren't as self-confident openly. They might appear to be empathic a little bit. You have to watch them. They're the sneaky ones. They're harder to see. Yeah, I think that's very interesting, Elise, and I appreciate your statement there. That's helpful. Monique, I lost it. I can't find it. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Monique says you were right about him wanting a supply. Let me see. Because the guy mentioned that the only person he talked to about me outside his family is his ex. Yeah, of course. Did I miss something? Avon, I'm sorry that you're experiencing issues. Please join us again soon. Oh, me too, Avon. I'm sorry about that. Oh, there, Jessica said it. I bet he's telling her that you won't divorce him. Yep. Oh, Monique, you've only known each other a month, girl. Get out of there. You were right about him wanting a supply because the guy. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay. I'm sorry about. Okay. For Avon. Shelly says, wait a minute. Did I miss somebody? Guys, I really got to go. Okay. Monique's going to go too. Okay. I would not recommend becoming pregnant for a narc. They're irresponsible. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Freedom Lee says, thank you so much for your great advice, Angie. So glad I'm not alone. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, everybody. I'm getting ready to wrap up. I want to keep talking, but I'm like a half an hour over my time now, so I've got to go. But thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you later today for another video, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for our usual hangout. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Keep your chins up. Stay strong. Big hugs and love to all of you. Thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. I hope you know it means a lot to me. I'll see you really soon.